guys, I'm Fiona.
And I'm Jenny.
Today we are going to interview our principal, Mr. Rao.
And also today is our cameraman's birthday, so happy birthday to him! Okay, so let's go right now.
Today we are going to ask a couple of questions so that students could know you better in person. And actually some of the questions are from our followers on the WeChat platform. And could you tell us about yourself? Like where you're from and how long you have been the principal of the school and which school did you graduate from?
Sure. So I was born and raised in North Vancouver, so I haven't gone very far.
Yeah.
I went to graduated from a high school in Vancouver. I taught for 5 years in Coquitlam, and then I was a vice principal in Richmond School District for 5 years, and then I came to West Vancouver and I was the vice principal at Rockridge for 6 months, and then I became the principal here, and this is my 6th year at West Vancouver Secondary.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It is a long time.
Yeah. And what about your hobbies and favorite sports?
Sure. My favorite sport growing up was I really enjoyed basketball and rugby and field hockey. And these days I play floor hockey once a week to try and keep in shape. Sometimes mountain biking, and I really enjoy reading.
Can you think of 3 words to describe yourself and why?
Good question. I like to think that I'm motivated. I work very hard, I think. I work very hard at work and I work very hard at home. I have 2 young children as well in the family. And one of the things about me is I have a hard time, I'm not able to sit still for very long. I like to be doing things, so I'm very active.
And actually many people don't really understand what a principal does. So what do you see the major role of the principal?
Yeah, that's another good question. I often get asked, what does the principal do? And I think the question is better if you ask, what does the principal not do? Because the list is shorter. So I'm joking a bit, but really my job is to oversee or look after this school and in every different part of the school. And so that includes 100 teachers, 1,500 students, 3,000 parents, 30 educational assistants, 10 custodians, the whole school building, the budget, the office staff, and then at the same time I have to make sure that we are providing the best educational programs for kids. And so I spend a lot of time working with teachers and talking about things like curriculum and assessment and all those sorts of things, and we make plans.
Yeah, a principal does have a lot of responsibilities to take, yeah. And the next question is, what do you consider to be indispensable qualities for principal or a leader in general?
I think there's several qualities, but my experience has told me that the best quality, the most important one, is that you're a good listener. You have to be able to listen to people, and at the same time you have to be able to hear what they're saying.
Yeah, and what are the things about West Vancouver Secondary School that you are really proud of? Yeah, because you are being here for you said more than 5 years, so you know a lot.
Yeah, there's lots to be proud of at West Van Secondary School. It's by far my favorite school that I've been at, and I think that is directly because of the students and also the teachers here. The students are absolutely wonderful. They are extremely friendly. They are always very helpful. Even when they make little mistakes, they are still very grateful for the support that we give them. Generally, all of our graduates do very, very well, and they go on to post-secondary experiences, and they often come back later and they say they had a very positive experience in high school and they loved it, and that's really good feedback. The teachers here are truly excellent. They're some of the best educators that I've met, and they're very passionate about what they do, and they take their jobs very, very seriously.
Yeah, I really get an experience here. Yeah, the teacher was pretty helpful and nice.
Good.
And how would you define an excellent teacher? Because we have several good teachers, not several, actually just all the teachers, they are good teachers, they are a nice person, but how do you define an excellent teacher?
Yeah, I think an excellent teacher is one who is able to connect personally with each of the students in their classroom,
Yeah.
and at the same time educate them in a way that every student can have success no matter where they start. We're not all going to be A students, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't all have an excellent experience.
Just how will we encourage teachers so they can try their new ideas and their new teaching styles?
How do I encourage them? So I was asked this question a while ago in a different way, and my answer was that I've never said no to an idea by teachers. And so I hope that they know that they're very well supported by me, that if they have an idea that they're excited about and they want to try and they need my help, whether it be time or some money or some piece of equipment, I always find a way to help them out.
Yeah, and we just think about, do you have any career goals for the school you want to achieve this year?
Well, this year we've started a new initiative asking our students to bring in a digital device.
Yeah.
And so this is all new stuff, especially in education. And so one of my goals this year is to learn as much as I can about how using technology and digital access can help students with their learning. Yeah.
Especially like in this age of technology, it's better to tell students how to use technology in a good way, not just to stop them from using, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think we have a choice anymore.
Yeah, but I think we are the first school to get that kind of opportunity to bring our digital to use at school, right?
I think on the scale that we're doing
Yeah.
it, yes. There's several schools around BC that either have a whole grade that's doing it or a few classes.
Moving on to the students in here, beautiful WestVaner, and the demographics here have continued to change over the past few years. From 2010 to 2013, the number of ELL students has increased by 42% in both elementary and secondary schools. So, and ELL students comprise 12% of the district population, and there are about 1,280 students. That's a huge number. The number is growing, but they also find it extra hard to really become a part of the community. Are you satisfied with how they get integrated here?
That's a very good question, and it's one that we will continue to ask ourselves, and I think we need to be able and willing to continue to try new things, because as every new family comes to join us, they have different needs. And so we can't have just one model that meets the needs of all of our families. So things like the Culture Buddy program and other programs that are in place, the families can pick and choose which one makes sense for them and what they need help with. And I think it makes a very nice atmosphere, and I hope that families who are new to us in our country feel welcome, and that people are here to welcome them in and help them out in any way.
Yeah, the people are very extremely friendly here in WestVaner. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think about, because we have a lot of ESL and ELL class, and that's pretty useful for sure. But I think mostly for international students, they don't have that much Canadian student. I just give an example on myself. I don't get a lot of Canadian friends actually, so I just think about another program. Can we just start something like a buddy program or a culture buddy? Just before they came to Canada, they can get a buddy. There's just maybe a pen pal or something like that from our school, and they can just write emails, and that will get improved, and then they become friends, and then when they come here, maybe both of the two students, a Canadian and an international student, they can have a spare class together, and they can. This is kind of ESL class, maybe they can, instead of transitional or something like that, and the Canadian student, they can get credits or volunteer hours from this class. Maybe I think that would be a little bit helpful than how is it going right now.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea, and I like the idea where an international student, in your example, who is going to come to our school, already has talked to, and maybe on FaceTime or Skype, seen a Canadian friend, and so when they come, they will at least know one person. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And and you're an international student,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and so
we are,
your
yeah.
experience is really important to hear, and so I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So just I feel actually when I was first here, I feel pretty welcome. But sometimes I feel pretty lonely. I mean, first here, there's not much people with you, and actually, I find the Canadian, they want to talk with you, they are really welcome to you, but sometimes they don't know how to make a topic or something like that. That is the problem, I think. And then sometimes I get into the Chinese community, then I change to speak Chinese or Mandarin again, so that's not getting improved. That's totally different.
Yeah.
No, it's a good point.
Yeah, and I believe this program can help the two groups of people mutually, like they benefit mutually. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the both sides.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Also, I find some Canadian, they really want to, because here it's multicultural, right? Some of them want to get known of another culture. One of my friends who is a Canadian, and she went to Taiwan last year with school, and she actually get a really good experience. I found some Canadians, they really just, they get interested in China or Chinese culture or Asian culture. Maybe they can help a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it would be nice if they could visit too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you let me know what I can do to help you with this.
Oh, I just come up with
Yeah,
this
yeah.
idea.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
we've been
Because I
trying-
hadn't heard that one,
yeah.
but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I like
you.
it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, really thank you. Maybe we can talk about that
Sure.
maybe further, or maybe we can write an email for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
And can you think of any other ways that international students could have done to better adapt to the society here, like from your point of view?
My sense is the best thing that we could do if we want to know some answers is to ask the questions. And so maybe we survey our
Yeah.
international
Yeah.
students and ask them these types of things and see what they say, and then we can build a program around what they think would be important or helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should be, maybe if we build it next year, maybe that would be better. I think that was better than orientation, because when you go to orientation, they are all international students. They are all new here, so they can't get any experience from each other. Maybe they can, but just a little bit. But if there's a Canadian or native speaker was born here, that would be helpful, yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
And that's
Thank you
the-
for
yeah.
your help.
And on behalf of our club members, and I personally want to thank you for your time, and we appreciated the information you have given. Yeah, I know we know how busy you are, and thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It's very much my pleasure.